Casey Leiden here with Darrion Caldwell, who'll be facing Adam Borics in Inglewood, California for Bellator's card, Bud versus Cyborg, just a couple of days. Mr. Caldwell, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good, actually. It's a very nice LA weather today at Paramount Studios, so everything's going good.
Going good, right? Yeah. Everything's good in the neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly. First off, let's talk about your last fight. Were you happy with your performance that you put out there against Henry Corrales?
Absolutely. To be able to go in there and my first fight back to 45, to beat a tough guy like Henry Corrales, a guy who's been at the top of the division, fighting all the best guys, since he stepped the foot into the Bellator cage, to be able to showcase my skills and get a win over him is everything that I wanted,
Now, what camp are you with now?
Well, I train under Jacob Benny at Pinnacle MMA.
Where's Pinnacle at?
It's in Redlands, California.
Okay.
As well as we go over to CSW with Ben Jones and the whole crew over there, Curtis Melinder, and we got a bunch of studs, training with us. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
So your last fight, was that your first fight at the new camp?
Yeah, my last fight was my first fight. That last fight was my first fight back at this new camp.
So how's training different? How's it improved you as a fighter, you feel?
Well, it's just different, I'm focused more on getting better rather than anything else, I only have so much time to do this sport, and so for me, if I'm not getting better every day, I'm not learning every day, and I feel like I'm just stagnant, for 2 years straight, then that's an issue, Luckily for me, I'm not a guy who's just gonna sit there and accept the fact that I'm not getting what I need to get, I'm gonna make it happen for myself, whatever I need, I'm gonna make it happen. So for me, it's about having the ability mentally to be like, all right, I need a reset, reset and go back to what's always worked for me. And what's always worked for me is where I'm at now.
Was it after the Horiguchi fights where you felt like something has to change, or was this kind of feeling always there for a while?
It was more so before the first Horiguchi fight, where whenever you're a guy about to make history, which he wound up doing, coming into Bellator and being the first person to have a belt in two different organizations. Whenever you're about to do that, which was the case, I was a champion for Bellator, then I went out to Tokyo to, capture that Rising belt. Whenever that's happening, and there's not any structure around, there's no structure with the training, and not a lot of emphasis on history about to be made, then you gotta reassess and figure out who's really there for you, who's really there to take you to the next level. And I didn't think that was the case at my last gym. I feel like I was stagnant. I was just as good as I left as when I came in. There was no difference from Darrion Caldwell coming in to going to San Diego to leaving. So I feel like already I've grown so much as a fighter in the last 5 months. So, 8 months. It's night and day.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Adam, he picked the date and you picked the opponent for this fight?
Yes.
What was it about Adam that you I'm not sure.
I didn't pick the opponent.
Oh, you didn't pick the opponent for this one? No.
Nobody picked Adam. Nobody wanted to fight Adam. Undefeated guy who is from Hungary, who's kind of a mystery. Nobody's really heard of him. We've seen him, but he kind of came out of nowhere, and then when we see him, he's always doing something devastating, So nobody picked Adam. It wasn't. It's not in my nature to avoid anybody. When I had to draw, when it was my turn to pick where I'm gonna go, I just chose solely off the fact that I felt like coming from 35 to 45, maybe I'll give myself a few extra months to acclimate, but that's why I chose March, and then Pitbull wound up saying, okay, Adam's the lone guy, let's jump to March. And he wanted to move me to where he didn't want to be. he didn't want to fight me. For sure, he didn't want to fight me. But and obviously, nobody, as you can see, nobody wanted to fight Adam because he was the only person not picked, and so he moved me to where nobody wanted to fight. And I'm cool with that, though. You know, I thrive in these moments. This is where I really showcase who I am, my heart, my ability, and look for Saturday to be a short night for Adam.
Interesting. Now, what threats do what makes Adam so dangerous? Like, why are people avoiding him?
He's a mystery, you know? And every time you see him, he's doing something like a flying knee, or he's choking somebody out, and he's not even a wrestler. You know, it's like people are afraid of what they don't know, you know? But I'm the guy that jumps into the fire. I'm the guy that leads the way, and I'm going to show these guys how to do it.
Now, I know you just said you think it's going to be a short night for Adam. Is that the goal? Like, you know, you had a 3-round decision, but this is going to be a 25-minute fight, but you don't think it's going to go 25 minutes?
I could see it going 25 minutes, but I don't see it going 25 minutes. I'm trained for a 25-minute war, but I'm also trained. I'm prepared to finish this guy. You know, it's just like no other fight. It's just like any other fight. It's no difference from any other fight, and go out there and decapitate this guy as soon as possible.
Thank you very much.